Hands away. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Rock and Talk. Here we are in Pentagram.
How are you?
Yeah, I love you. This is my idol. This is Marika, formerly known as Scary Mary. And I'm going to tell you my punk rock name used to be Drew Blood.
Drew Blood.
Yeah, can you smell my jacket?
Yeah.
I took it out of the closet for the punk rock episode. Okay, Marika, you got to tell me, let's talk about, this is serious. Toronto is, you know, like one of the top 4 ground zeros of punk rock. And we were there when it started. It was New York, London, Los Angeles, and Toronto, and the Vile Tones, and Teenage Head. Well, tell me your memories. How did punk rock start for you? How did it change your life? Because I know it changed everything for me.
Well, Teenage Head, the Vile Tones, Stark Naked and the Flesh Tones, the Forgotten Rebels, bands like that. I remember I was like a little mini punk rocker, and I just see them, and I just love the music. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, I really love this. But I wasn't cool. I was just a little mini punk rocker that wanted to, you know, find out what these people were into, you know. And I loved it. I mean, I was at the last Pogo. I remember, again, I was like a little mini punk rocker. And, you know, or I'd see like a really cute guy and go, oh, what's that guy into? I gotta know how to attract these kind of guys. But, you know, but anyways, I was really into the music, the rawness of it. And again, like a band like Teenage Head, it was like happy music to me. It wasn't heavy. There was, you know, there was a melody to it. You could dance to it. And I just loved it. And I still actually love all that music still today.
It's very energetic. I found it very energetic. I personally remember just turning on my little transistor radio, turning the dial by accident. I was like 10, 11 years old. And I just by accident heard the Sex Pistols. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
You feel the energy. It's something so different from what was going on.
Yeah, totally.
So tell me, how did you, when you got into being a punk, and you're one of the originals in Toronto, because I remember I was idolizing you, seeing, I couldn't even go to places where you're going to, and I'd be like, well, like from a distance, admiring the scene, and well, look at, check this out. This is the Brian Linehan moment, Marika. Look, this is just, you know, one of the looks that Mary had when she was known as Scary Mary, and you're basically a big celebrity without even being in a band. A lot of people, they can't even exude that kind of aura with all the grooming of a record company and everything. You had it all going on your own. So when did it start for you? You were like just a teenager or a very young girl, and you just started hearing this stuff and started going to shows?
I started in like 1977. I started hearing it, and that's when the Horseshoe used to be a punk bar, and I just started going down to Queen Street and going to the shows, and then just kind of, I don't know, I kind of manifested into Scary Mary. That's kind of what happened. More so though, I was always, I'd always look at what English punk rock was doing and that kind of thing. That's kind of where I got my look from and changed it and things like that. And I mean, I was a hairdresser too, so I could have a mohawk and be at work, you know. But I mean, you know, I always worked, I had a job, but I could always look the way that I wanted, so I was very fortunate for that. You know?
I remember walking along Yonge Street and passing the House of Lords,
yeah,
and I'd be like, oh, that's where Scary Mary works. So I'd grab a peek at you because I worship this girl. So let's talk about some of your personal favorite bands that, you know, you were listening to and the places that you're going to. You mentioned the worship and everything. I know that there's a reunion coming up now. The Turning Point. There's a reunion coming now at the Domino Club for all these, you know, bands and things. People used to go see these bands. Tell us about what's going on at the Domino when.
It wasn't that there was bands there. I mean, I saw Japan there. You know, I mean, this was the '80s, and it was right across from the House of Lords. So I was working at the House of Lords, and it was just a stumble across the street. And it was a really cool bar where you could just be who you were, and it was just so positive in every way. Years and years ago, when I was in a band, Jezebel, they had asked to use my face for a poster, and they had some other bands playing. They had Stiletto Fetish playing, Kenny McLean was playing, and I said, well, you can use my face if my band can play at 11 o'clock, and that was at the Spectrum. So then it kind of died on from then on, and I just thought it might be cool just to have a reunion. And I did it last year at the Cadillac Lounge. And this year I'm going to be doing it at the Phoenix. So it's on November 20th. So it's like next Saturday.
That's awesome. And so when you do have contact information, if people want to get a hold of you and know more about it and stuff, through your Facebook or through.
Yeah, you can go to you can just search for Domino Club Reunion, and you can find, there's a page there for that, for the group, and I mean, that gets changed, the poster for that every year. Last year I did play in a band for that, but there's no band this year, so it's going to be dancing, because I actually want to have some fun this time. And then there's an event page, so you can just search for Domino Club, but club with a K, not with a C.
Cool. So basically, here we are today. When I was 14 years old, I basically fell so in love with this movement that I changed my whole look and, had the mohawk and everything. I got kicked out of school. I never regretted it because for me it was an expression of rebellion and intelligence. I was rebelling against stuff that was going on that I didn't feel was, whatever my teacher was saying. It was very empowering and everything. Here we are now, it's 2010. And some of our friends are not even alive anymore, and we're still going on and forward with an alternate lifestyle. That's why we're here today, right now, and we're staying true to our punk ethic, really.
Right.
So, how do you feel about what's going on today with the young generation? How they can compare to how our generation, when we were teenagers back then?
I don't feel, well, again, when I used to get on the bus, Kipling and Dixon, because my hair was too big to get in my car, to go downtown, and no, there was nobody like that out there.
Nope.
So, and I mean, you had to have a tough skin. So today, it's not so tough. And the whole look is kind of mainstream, I mean, you can buy things with holes in them now.
Yeah.
You can buy things that are studded now. You didn't sit there like you used to stud it yourself. I mean, you can buy ripped t-shirts now, ripped whatever jeans now. I mean, so I don't find that I'm not quite sure if they know the history of, whereas even though we were punk rockers, we still knew who James Brown was. Like, we knew music, we just liked music. But, I look around, they don't look as cool, that's for sure.
I think it's just like exactly what you said. You can buy cool, you can go to Ed Hardy, and if you have a credit card, like I was saying with this girl on the,
exactly.
You have a credit card, you could be cool just like that, buy your stuff. But I remember myself, I relate totally to what you're saying, because I couldn't leave my house until after dark.
Right.
I'd have to walk up the alley to go anywhere.
Right, exactly.
So you have to basically sacrifice back then to express yourself, and so it's a much more freer society now. I guess it's more tolerant.
Yeah,
I guess people are more tolerant when you see things that are crazy looking. You don't look twice or throw things at them, and so it's actually improved.
Yeah, it has improved. It has improved.
Yeah, it has. I think it has.
It has too.
Pioneers.
It's easier.
It's easier
now. I was
to be
born
crazy.
in the right. No, but you had to. Yeah, when you left your house, like you're saying, you had to swallow, and you had to put yourself in that mindset. You don't really have to now.
No,
you don't really have to.
And I was like really very conservative.
You don't have to be brave. You don't have to be brave.
No, it's basically not much of a challenge, but it's good that it's easier for them to be the raver style and go out and not get harassed and beaten up like poor Johnny Rock.
Exactly.
Getting beaten up, Okay, so regrets. I've had a few. Any regrets in life? Anything? Would you have done anything differently?
No.
Me neither.
No, I wouldn't.
So now, okay, beauty, health and beauty. Now you're in the styling world, and I found it very hard as a former punk rocker to change from taking 3 hours to get ready. It was a big transition. How do you get from 3 hours down to 20 minutes?
It used to take me 4 hours. It took me 2 hours for my hair.
What did you use in your hair?
2 hours, or 4 hours from scratch.
What did you use in your hair?
I used to use Final Net.
I always wanted to know.
It was always, I had to start, in the crown area and spike by spike tease it, spray it, pull it up, wait for it to dry, go to the next section, you know what I mean? But, and that would last for 3 days, and I just washed my hair around my face.
It's kind of like the 50s. In the 50s, they used to do that with the beehives.
Yeah.
It took effort. People don't do anything nowadays.
No,
like, look at this.
Look at this boring.
No, yours is now boring.
But if there wasn't punk rock, I wouldn't have this style. This is mainstream now.
No, it's not mainstream.
But, well, I think it is. It is in my world.
Okay, one more thing. I wanted to say, I want to pay respects to the departed Ari Up.
I know.
You know,
I saw this.
Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams.
You know, we have lots of people. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, I saw the slits at the edge a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I love the area.
What was your first punk show?
I think it was the Crash and Burn. It was the Wild Tones.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's hard to remember all that back. It was good.
That's amazing.
But yeah.
Wow. It's memory lane. What else, Marika? I don't know. No. Jezebel. How'd you get into Jezebel?
Oh.
Were you always a singer, or did you just want to, like, you know, be part of a band because you already had everything going for you?
Well, I come from a music background. I mean, as a child, I didn't know I could sing. I could sure have big pipes for a little person, and I wanted to start an all-girl band, and at the time, that was in the 90s, because we did it from like 91 to 93. It was just before there was only like L7, Hole, which wasn't all girls. There was Chrissy Hines, but she wasn't, you know, there was Blondie, there was whoever before, but it wasn't really, except for the Runaways, there wasn't really all-girl bands, and I loved Joan Jett and the whole all-girl band thing, so we were kind of ahead of our time, but we, you know, we had quite a following and stuff, and I like the Jezebel, because you can make an upside-down cross or a right-side up cross from the J's, you know what I mean? So it was a great time, and I loved it, and I liked the female power. Yeah, I just loved it, but it's hard to have 5 girls.
I come from a family of 5 girls, I know.
Oh, it's hard.
Okay, so I guess that's about it, unless you want to add anything, Marika. No? Okay, well, I'd like to say respects to the fallen heroes, because today is Remembrance Day, the 11th day of the 11th month. Those are people that believed and fought and died for what they believe in. And also to another original punk rocker, Chris Bates, who's in a hospital right now. If you want to visit him, he's at Toronto General Hospital. He's an original punk rocker from Demon Flowers and many other bands. And we love anybody that stands up for what they really believe in, fights hard, and dies for what they believe. Thanks for coming, Marika. I love you. This girl brought me a present. She's so nice. If you'd like to, again, revisit the era and our times, you can go to the Domino Club reunion at the Club of Phoenix. And if you'd like to see future episodes of this program, please tune into our channel on YouTube or pentagram666.com. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Painless?
Yeah, it's good.